So today we're going to talk about standards for researching. Standard number 9, planned research. Genealogical research begins with and follows dynamic plans for gathering information from or images of resources. The plan's purpose is to meet stated objectives, usually in the form of research questions. See glossary for definitions of information, research question, and source. So what are the pieces? First of all, the use of the word dynamic is very important. In your research, you will find that once you create a research plan, that plan will in fact change over time. It has to, because it has to be fluid. The plan has to be fluid and be able to react to the information that you've actually gathered as part of your plan. Now, lots of people will gather information and just go out and collect and collect and collect and collect. I used to do that. I was a surname genealogist 40 years ago, where I would collect everything there was to do with Scott. But there never was any analysis of that. There was just throw it in a folder, put it in a database, take it from there. There was analysis, but it was minuscule. It never resulted in going anywhere else, except pulling another book off the shelf and pulling all the Scotts out of it. I got over that after a while. Thank you, Elizabeth. The concept is you have to have a plan. You can't just show up at a place and go, oh, now that I'm here, what am I going to look at? Every time I go to Salt Lake, I pick a person in my pedigree whose parents I don't know, and that's the person I work in. Of course, sometimes it's embarrassing when you find everything you need to know on the first day, so I always have a second person in my back pocket. But you want to start with a research question, because the research question leads you in the direction that you need to go. The plan leads you in the direction you need to go. Therefore, in order to execute the plan, you have to have a research question. How many times when you look at something and you go, okay, what research question does this answer? That isn't how it should be. You should start with a research question before you even look at it. Now, it may be that you will find things that have nothing to do with your research question that are germane to your future research. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with this dynamic plan that executes the concept of serendipity. There have been many times where I've been working on a project, had a research question, and all of a sudden came across a record that was totally unrelated to what I was dealing with, but there was no way I was going to put that record away until I was finished with it. This is how you have to deal with it. You begin with a plan, you make adjustments to your plan, and you always have a question. If you don't have a question, why are you looking at that document? One day we'll talk about what's a research question. That probably would be a good video to do, because there are pieces that make a research question rather than just a question.
Hello, genealogist. This is Craig.
This has been Just Genealogy.
And we begin our process of examining genealogical standards as found in the second edition revised of Genealogical Standards,
Book Sunday,
which was produced by the Board for Certification of Genealogists. And this is where I caveat and say,